parts too?
No, I just found them off.
I'm Kevin Ruiz. I'm a second-year student at Seattle University, and I'm currently studying journalism and French.
I'm Sadie. I'm a second year, and I'm studying visual arts and French.
My name is Evelyn. I am a sophomore, finishing sophomore at Seattle University. I'm currently studying French and art and potentially minoring in Spanish.
My name's Sophia. I'm majoring in international studies and French, and I'm currently a sophomore, and I just did finishing up the FIFAA program.
My name is Schuyler. I'm a senior.
My name is Hannah, and I'm studying photography and French at Seattle University, and I'm in my third year right now.
Hi, my name is Sara. I am a fourth year. I'm a senior. I'm so excited. At Seattle University, I'm studying French and psychology. So I've only got like a few weeks left. I'm really looking forward to graduating, and I think that this program has been an excellent way for me to, I think, wrap up what has been a very odd, with COVID and everything, college experience.
So
this program is called French in France and Africa. FIFAA for short is the acronym for it. And what we do is we start in Paris, France, and we stay with host families, and we stay there for about 2-ish months. And then we go to Morocco for a month, and we also kind of stay in host families for a week, but we travel around a bunch of cities, and we went to almost every major city in Morocco, which was so crazy and awesome, but a bit much if you're like not used to traveling around a lot. But still, I think it's just like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And then we go to Senegal for 6 weeks, and that's where we've been for the past 6 weeks, because we have about 3 days left in the program, which is so hard to believe, but we're at the end now. So I'm kind of reflecting on what we've done so far. And the things I've liked the best about the program is how many people we get to meet just spontaneously or with planned meetings. I think meeting the people from each place we visit is really important, even if they're not from there, but they've lived there for a long time. Those interactions have been the most important for me, and the things I've liked the most. Dislikes I have, maybe it's just the pace is a bit fast and exhausting, and you're like sometimes bone tired at the end of some of the days, but it's still like a fulfilling feeling of tiredness that you feel like you've done so many things in one day that you wouldn't, it's not like a vacation, you know. I think in Senegal, the most impactful and transformative experiences I've had is witnessing the level of organization that people have here. Just neighborhood to neighborhood, day to day, people are very in touch with each other and feel like a people. Whereas I think in the United States, that's something that is a little bit different. It's more individualistic, and we don't have as strong a sense of community. But here, just witnessing firsthand the sense of community and the community organization that goes on, like there's community gardens, there's Ndogu is a really special thing to experience. I'm so lucky to have been here during Ramadan, because breaking the fast with everyone in the neighborhood is just a blast, and it really is a perfect example of how people of multiple religions of all backgrounds come together to break the fast, no matter if you're Muslim or not, which is like, to me, like such a beautiful example that I think the rest of the world can really learn from Senegal. And I also think, again, meeting and talking to people who are from Senegal or have lived here for a long time, and students from Senegal too. We visited University of Assim.
Donc nous sommes très heureux de vous accueillir ici à Ziguinchor, et en particulier à l'université de Ziguinchor, où Nous sommes ici dans le département, en particulier de l'IFL Lettres, Arts et Sciences Humaines, et en particulier le département de Lettres modernes, et le département de langue étrangère appliquée.
I think some of the things for me I like was, I think it's my first time to really just get to travel on this side of the world and, you know, see a lot of new different styles of living, something away from like that was like the norm and where I'm from, Seattle, Washington, and just be able to get different cultural experiences, live with host families, and especially at the end, not being at the end of it, just being able to compare each host family and, you know, different ways of eating, different ways of, you know, having breakfast, different activities that they do based on where they live and based on their cultural background as well. And just being able to, you know, keep improving French, but at the same time also learn different languages, you know, knowing that there's not just one language that has been predominantly dominant within the whole scope of it. You know, I mean, for me, I've gotten to use, you know, my Spanish as well throughout this time, and that's something that I didn't really expect when I got here. You know, I was thinking just French and whatever native language was around, but just being able to use that and connect with people through different languages has been a really amazing experience.
Tenemos otros diferentes formas de sillas.
They have various different forms of making chairs.
Aquí trabaja el equipo de audiovisual. Tenemos un equipo de
dans les chaises, c'est dans les chaises. Donc il va vous montrer le processus du début jusqu'à la fin. C'est en deux parties, le matin et l'après-midi.
I feel like the thing that impacted me the most was, I think like going back to what I said earlier, just like being able to see so many different cultures in so many different ways, and as well as like just seeing a different lifestyle and knowing that, you know, living in the United States kind of feels like, you know, we know everything and we do everything the right way. Just like seeing a different way of living and really just having different places that are more oriented on community, I guess, like in Senegal especially, like when we went to Ganjo, I think that was like really like eye-opening for me, like seeing that, you know, people are really focused on community, changing the environment, being able to work on more sustainable ways to live their life based on the issues that they're dealing with, and as well as just being able to see so much the way that we can interact with people, like through music or sharing a meal, and how much can happen through those little interactions that, you know, you don't think about a lot on a daily basis. Like in the United States, you know, you just go eat lunch, or as well as because we're just speaking English the whole time, we don't really think about other stuff, and just being able to have that freedom to, you know, accept other things and be open. And I think for me, that's like one thing that I'm really going to take away from this is continuing to have that open-minded, and, you know, you may not agree with people on everything, but just being able to respect it and be open to it and listen to people's thoughts on different ways of doing things, especially when it comes to life, I think is most important. Like, we can always take something away from the things that other people do that may not be for us, but we can still take something and learn from it. Has been really important. Yeah, and I think that's the way I've transformed. Just learn to be open and learn to be yourself really in those situations, because if you're not going to be yourself, then, you know, it's just not right.
This is how I go out.
I guess the highlights for me were just meeting people in different places that we've gone. Especially in Morocco, we spent a lot of time with a woman named Fatima, who's a colleague of Victor's, and it was really great to just get to explore the culture more through someone who we were comfortable talking to, and she was very open to our questions, and so that was really great. Our group was split up into B1 and B2 in the beginning in Paris, just based on our levels in French, and I was in B1. And our group was awesome, and we've grown so close, and we've all become really good friends, and I've really appreciated that aspect of the trip. It's just like our connections have grown so strong with the people in this group, and with Fatima as well, as I mentioned earlier. She's amazing. If I go back to Morocco, I'm definitely gonna hit her up and be like, hey, I'm here. Let's hang out.
It's just like old times.
It is. And the SIT people in Senegal have been amazing. They've been super accommodating, especially because I'm vegetarian, and they've been really accommodating with meals when we've gone out on trips, and it's been really amazing. Yeah.
This trip has been more transforming for me in ways that like I didn't really understand before the trip what I really wanted to do. I kind of came into it thinking like I'm just gonna get better at French, that's it, I'm just gonna be here. But honestly, like, the most impactful has been Senegal, and just like being in Senegal and learning so much about a rich culture that is based all around like hospitality and just being open and welcome to people. And like I've progressed enough in the program that my French skills are good enough for me to be able to communicate with others and just get by. Like, they're not perfect, but I can just get by in the program. And that's really important for me because I have been able to make connections with people that I never thought I would meet ever. And I have like job connections here. I have connections here if I ever want to come back and like do something with art, and I'm able to communicate completely in French and like make really special, like, heartfelt connections, just like all in another language. Like, if you were to ask me this at the beginning of this trip, I never thought that I would actually be able to make it this far. The beginning of the trip was really difficult in terms of like understanding that aspect about myself, but like now that we're here at the end, it's been a lot more helpful and like a really enjoyable experience. And I think that a lot of the program was based around like French, clearly, but also like learning about culture immersion and immersing ourselves in different things that aren't quite westernized, that are a little more like uncomfortable for us, which can be challenging for students, but I found it a really fun experience. It was really nice having a change of speed of something that we weren't used to, because it was just a whole different way to learn, and I think that was really important and something that should be continued in the program moving forward. Yeah.
And from the beginning of the chain to the end, the price is multiplied by 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
So local people here, they got nothing from it, because 1 kilogram, the Rouse, it will be around 600, which is $1.
In relationships I made on the trip, I didn't even know Malick before the trip, and now we're best friends. He's just been like a really great mentor for me, and like I learned a lot of my French just by like asking him questions, and he just honestly like is really encouraging and doesn't feel like a professor, but just like more gives like like a friendliness that makes you feel comfortable like talking to him, which I think is really important for a leader of a program of this kind of degree, because it's really hard going into a program with someone that you don't know in another country that you've like never even heard about until you started taking French classes, and then making that connection and like having it be really comfortable and just nice. So I'm really thankful for that, and I think the professors did a great job being academic but also being a friend in that sense, because you can't be academic like in the way that college is academic on a trip like this, where it's such immersed in culture. That's not how you learn all the time. Like, I think that the professors going into it definitely have a different way of what learning is, and I think that's a really good aspect when teaching something like this. I would say that host families were difficult in Paris for me, but here in Senegal has been like the best host family. I absolutely love it, and I think that host families here would definitely be great moving forward. I think that's a really good system that they have here.
Hello, good morning. My name is Amira, and we are here at the Statue de la Renaissance, Monument de la Renaissance de Dakar, du Senegal, and
the SIT leaders here have been so awesome. You don't really see them as like the leader of the program or like an official. They're just your friends, and you can talk to them, come to them with everything. When I was in the hospital, it was really nice that they were constantly checking in on me, and I didn't even know them yet. It was like the second day I'd been here in Senegal, and that was just a really nice, like, you just really felt cared for, and I think that it's awesome.
Yeah, the SIT people in Senegal have been amazing. They've been super accommodating, especially because I'm vegetarian, and they've been really accommodating with meals when we've gone out on trips, and it's been really amazing.
Shout out mi hermanos, Pop Samba and Moriba. You know, ever since we got to Senegal, they've been really kind and really open, and you know, they're like my big brothers. You know, and they've just showed us around and been really cool about everything. And I guess as well, shout out to Amira and Monica and Hadi, all those people that have helped us at our time here. You know, just really being opening up their arms to us, and you know, being open, have conversations with us, and share experiences with us, and not just being program coordinators, but being our friends. You know, people who we can rely and trust on to go talk to.
We got the design, the chicken design with this piece of wood line.
Oh, wow.
And what I really liked about the program as somebody who's really interested in language, and specifically French, was the different approach that it took to the language of French. Instead of just basing ourselves completely in France the entire time, we got a lot of different perspectives and histories on the language of French from a lot of different countries and a lot of different people. And I thought that that was a really unique opportunity that I couldn't find in a lot of different language programs. Like, on one hand, it was language, but we also were exposed to so many different cultures, beliefs, religions, dynamics, and that was kind of facilitated through language. So it felt like being able to use language for like a really beneficial purpose, and using it as a tool to communicate with other people around the world and discover different things. I felt that that was a highlight for me. I think going to a different place, especially multiple different places, is always really challenging. But overall, it was so beneficial, and it was both a challenge and a positive, because it's like so unlike any other opportunity where you get to see so many different places in like such a condensed amount of time.
Yeah, I think being away from home for so long, probably what most people say, but I think just for me, yeah, like I hadn't been away from home for this long, and just being in a completely different new place, you know, sometimes, you know, you do feel lonely, you get really homesick, you know, even when it comes to like the food, everything that you're really used to, and then it just all changes up all of a sudden. And just going through those ups and downs, and really looking for outlets to, you know, get away from those thoughts of being homesick, or finding ways to not experience that, I think was most challenging. But I would think I was able to, you know, manage it pretty well, and, you know, stay in touch with people from back home always helped, and just hanging out with the group here was always what really got me out of a funk, and just being able to talk to everybody about our individual challenges was great.
We traveled a lot in Morocco. We went to a ton of different places. We visited so many different cities. We got to meet so many different people with different backgrounds who had lived varying experiences and offered us all kinds of different knowledge, local knowledge about the cities, linguistic knowledge about the different languages spoken there, cultural knowledge about the way of life in all of the different places that we visited. And then afterwards, we go to Senegal, and it's been a really, really both challenging and highly rewarding thing for me to be here. And it's overall just a really amazing program. I've enjoyed it a lot.
We came to Senegal not only to learn more about the culture and all cultural practices, religion, music, literature, and arts, but also to have some important discussions related to our global challenges. And ecology is one of them. So we wanted to have this project built around these problems, and we were able to record this song, which is a very fun experience. So we're hoping in the coming years to bring more students, to have this ongoing conversation on global issues, and Senegal is a good place to have these kind of conversations. Experts, we have also artists who can work with Sutherland, and I'm happy to be part of this project.
Like the sound of that.
Here.
Can you move this forward a little more?
I'm trying.
Oh my god,
In the desert? In the middle.
On a choisi pour cette année avec vraiment les étudiants et étudiantes de l'université de Seattle. On a décidé de travailler sur le voyage, mais aussi l'environnement. Donc aujourd'hui, nous avons senti que l'humanité est alertée par rapport à la crise climatique, écologique, et nous avons intégré cela dans la thématique du voyage.
I never know the twos. The two with an E.
Oh,
So don't eat it.
Dans le texte, tu vas l'écrire de façon imagée. Et là, on va faire ça. C'est ça. Je me suis rendu compte depuis mon arrivée que c'est tout ce que je lis. Ce que je lis, c'est sur l'environnement. Et c'est très intéressant parce qu'avec les étudiants ici, on a fait un très bon texte. On travaillait dans le writing French. Et on a vu que le niveau de français des étudiantes de l'université de Seattle était wow, excellent. Mais dans le texte, on va l'écrire de façon imagée. C'est le voyageur qui va faire sa description des phénomènes qui arrivent et qui affectent notre environnement.
Mais ça, en écoutant
la musique et en disant cela sur la musique. C'est un projet balèze. Déjà, moi, l'intérêt que j'ai trouvé dans ce projet, c'est d'abord la rencontre, les échanges. C'est très intéressant d'échanger et de connaître les autres cultures. Parce que quand on découvre une culture, on s'enrichit. Et c'est cette richesse-là déjà liée à l'échange qui m'a d'abord attiré. Et l'autre chose, c'est qu'aujourd'hui, je me suis rendu compte que nous avons beaucoup à apprendre, beaucoup de choses à apprendre chez les autres. Et cela ne peut se faire que parce que nous sommes au contact avec d'autres populations. Donc, pour moi, ce projet-là, c'est un projet qui ne vient que de commencer. Qui ne vient que de commencer parce que avec l'état d'esprit dans lequel nous travaillons, je pense que ça peut aller à long terme dans des réalisations beaucoup plus balèzes et beaucoup plus grandes qui vont impliquer autant des étudiants et étudiantes de l'université de Seattle, mais aussi des Sénégalais ou bien d'autres populations d'autres pays africains, parce que c'est vraiment un projet qui peut impliquer presque toute l'humanité. Donc moi, je suis à fond dedans. Et avec Meuz, on a décidé vraiment de suivre et d'accompagner tout ce qui est projet et initiative de ce genre-là.
On peut laisser les bagages.
Hi, what's up, guys?
Hi.
Y'all fine? Hey, Ben. Y'all fine?
Yep. Yo, Ben. Comment tu vas? Ça va bien. Tranquille. T'es prêt pour faire le jour? T'es prêt pour chanter? Va chanter aujourd'hui. Eh, Ben va chanter. Va chanter. Allez. Viens le là.
Maybe some days we shall be born again, yo. Come on, dance, yet save our soul. Maybe some days we shall be born again, yo. Dance, yet save our soul. Maybe some days we shall be born again, yo.
Maybe someday we shall be born again, yo. Come on, guys, let's save our soul. Maybe someday we shall be born again, yo. Come on, guys, let's save our soul. Maybe someday we shall be born again, yo.
C'est bon? Good. That's your word.
Come on, guys, let's save our soul. Maybe someday we shall be born again, yo.
C'est belle plage, de mon enfance il me reste plus